Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel that gives you the truth with a little bit of bias. So on today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy A04e. I work at a tech store, and usually if someone comes in and they say, I want a budget smartphone, it's either this or, there's part of the Redmi series that we've got. But what we want to do and what I want to do is I want to give you the honest truth of should you buy this, should you not buy this. That is the main premise of our entire channel. So the Samsung Galaxy A04e came out in October 2022. So ever since then, it's been, I'm going to call it the go-to budget smartphone. When we talk about the biggest brands, there's Apple, there's Samsung, there's Huawei, there's Xiaomi. There's always a battle of who's the best. So when Samsung came out with this phone, 2 years ago, it's always been a question of what do I really need in a smartphone? So I'm going to focus on three main things. I'm going to focus on the pros, I'm going to focus on the cons, and I'm going to focus on who should buy it. So the best feature of this phone has to be the price. The fact that there is a full-fledged Samsung smartphone running Android 12, you can download any app you need, you can do everything that almost any smartphone, the basic functions of a smartphone in 2024 coming from Samsung, running Samsung One UI, it can connect with all the accessories. You're getting a full-fledged Samsung for about $100. That has to be the biggest thing about this phone. So the second pro of the A04e is definitely the battery. This packs a 5,000 milliamp battery. So you might not understand what that means, but it basically means you can get anywhere close to 2 days. If you're a heavy user, maybe a day and a half. If you're a very light user, you can probably push 3 to 4 days. The third pro about the A04e is the durability. So the A04e is made out of plastic. Of course, it's got an IPS display in front, an LCD, a 6.5-inch display. So it's made out of glass in the front and plastic at the back. But this is a very durable phone. As I mentioned, if you're in the budget range for a smartphone, you're probably looking for something that's going to last you quite long. You want something that's going to be reliable, not something that's going to wake up tomorrow and it's going to be off. And I mean, the A04e is, I think it's durable. So now we're going to get into the cons. And I'll be honest, the three that I'm about to mention are probably the only reason why I wouldn't be able to recommend this phone. So the first one is the picture quality. I'm sorry, but the picture quality is not that great, especially for 2024. If you're trying to get by, you're trying to just grab a quick shot or take a moment and you don't have anything else to use, maybe you'll be able to survive. But if you're trying to get any sort of quality or show anything clear, even if you're trying to take a picture of a document, I don't think it's going to work. I took an A14 and then I took the A04e. Of course, I tried it out with the S24 Ultra, but that's cheating, But I took the A14, I took the A04e, and these are bare photos. All I did is I opened the camera app. I didn't use portrait, I didn't zoom in, no filter, no editors, nothing. But the difference is stuck. The pictures were so different. I don't know if I can recommend this phone. The second con is the speed. So depending on which variant you have, you can get either 3 gigabytes of RAM or you're gonna get 4 gigabytes of RAM. Like I said, there's a MediaTek inside, but the most important thing is it's not the fastest phone. Now, are my expectations too high considering the budget? Maybe. If you can stretch the budget $20, $30, $40, you might get something that can perform a little bit better. So I tried testing it out. Who's gonna buy the phone? Maybe it's gonna be an entry-level phone for, maybe a child. What are they gonna do? They're gonna get some games. And if you're trying to use it for a business, you're gonna see that it starts lagging out. It takes time to open apps, takes time to open emails. it's slow and delays. Even sometimes the messages, if you're using the messaging app, it delays quite a bit. So it's something that if all you need is a budget phone, it's bare bones, you can get by. But if you need any sort of processing power, it's not going to work. And the last con is the lack of versatility. I hope I'm not sounding like a broken record, but like I said, this is a bare bones phone. That doesn't mean it's not great. It's definitely a great phone, but you can't do too many things with it. The best you're gonna do, texting, whatever the texting app is, if it's WhatsApp, if you're using Facebook Messenger, maybe you're on Instagram, I think you can download iMessage. But texting, if you're calling, a little bit of social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you can use those applications. Maybe some YouTube, a couple of YouTube videos. You're not going to get anything in 1080p or high def quality, but you can watch your YouTube videos. And of course, the great battery life means you can watch quite a lot of videos, but that's about it. So in my opinion, who should buy the phone? Well, there's only one person who should buy this phone, and that's the first smartphone user. What I mean by that is, if it's your first time using a smartphone, maybe you're coming from, the Nokia 105s, the bare smartphones, or you didn't have anything at all. Maybe if you're looking at like the teenagers in the 12, 13, 14 age range, maybe you're a parent who's thinking of getting the phone, for your kid. You want them to get introduced to technology, but you don't want them to have too much, you want them to have some controls. I think it's perfect. Like I said, the budget is a great budget for average of about $100. You're getting perfect. You can do anything, everything you need to use, but the basic functions of that. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn post notifications on if you want to see more honest reviews like this. And that's it from me.